Okay, we're back. This is another episode of Movie Convos with Cris and, well, Jasmine isn't here, so I'm doing this one solo. Today's movie review is Antebellum. So I had the pleasure of watching this movie. I seen the trailer a few months ago, and I was just like, this looks pretty interesting. So me and Jasmine decided to watch it. We saw that it was available on streaming, so we're just like, you know what? Let's just give it a try. So before I begin this review, let me start off by saying two things. Number one is I hate slave movies. I hate any sort of movie that depicts slavery of anybody. Number two is I hate this movie. And not just because it's a slave movie, just because it's just a terrible movie. But let me tell you what Antebellum is about. Antebellum is about, so it's kind of like, it's like a, you know, it's really about nothing. I can't tell you exactly what this movie's about, nor can I give you a synopsis of this movie. Which is why in the trailer you kind of see these images of slavery times, but then like she's at the club and she's dressed up, and then she's speaking to a crowd, but then she's riding on a horse or something, and it's just like, what is this movie? There's not really any sort of story set up in the trailer. So let's start off by talking about Janelle Monáe. Now, for the most part, I didn't have any problem with her performance. In my opinion, I mean, she could emote well enough for me, that's believable. I mean, she was happy, she was sad, you know, she was scared, alone, afraid, you know, all that stuff was good. She does have this sort of like blank stare off into the distance that gets a little bit annoying. I think she just might just be like that in real life, I don't know. But overall, as the lead of this movie, she did a good job, you know? She brought me along. As long as you get me from A to B, hey, I have no problem with you. So let's talk about the movie itself, the story. The pacing of the movie is pretty good in the beginning. So you saw people on a plantation, there's slaves being drug away, you know, slaves doing slave stuff. Then you got plantation owners plantationing everywhere. It's like your typical slave breakdown. You know, you have your slaves whispering to each other and shooting each other shots, secret shots and stuff. And then you have your plantation owners, you know, cracking the whip and being disrespectful and, you know, auctioning off slaves, whatever the case may be. And then you meet your key slave characters, and then you meet your plantation owners, whatever characters they are. So you get your setup about who we're working with in this story. And in the beginning, I'm interested. I'm invested in this movie. I kind of want to see what's going on. Okay, so this is, you know, things are a little slightly askew, but I'm interested. I'm super intrigued. You know, there's something slightly off with the slaves. You know, they're not quite acting like slaves per se, but then like the plantation owners are kind of like, there's something going on with them too. So really, I'm just like, what's going on? You know, let me watch and see. You know, there are a bunch of a series of events that go on, and you're like, okay, I can rock with this. But then the movie takes a turn, and then stuff starts happening. Just like, why exactly are they showing this? Or what's the point really of this scene that they're showing? It's like, okay, what exactly are we doing here? And then certain scenes start carrying on for a little bit too long, and they start dragging out a little bit. And I'm kind of just looking just like, okay, I was invested before, but now I'm just kind of watching. Okay, how are we tying this in? What exactly is going on? So then after a while, I say about an hour or so into the movie, I'm done. I have completely checked out of this movie. I'm no longer invested in the characters. I just want the movie to end. Let's just move this along. Whatever you guys are doing, whatever the point of this movie is, let's just get to it and let's keep it pushing. The movie just needs to end at this point. Things start to become a mess. There are characters that I'm starting not to like, but they're on the screen for a little bit too long. It starts to kind of break down. It starts to deteriorate, and I'm ready to go. So then the movie reaches sort of like its climax. You know, it reaches the twist or the reveal. But it really doesn't just pay off to me, because at that point, I'm just no longer interested. I just don't care that much at that point. So now, of course, you have your characters doing dumb things, making dumb mistakes, making poor choices, and instead of typically just like yelling at the screen or why did you do that? I'm just like, okay, whatever. You deserve whatever is coming to you. Characters making bad choices. They've given the reveal of the movie. I'm done. I'm checked out. So by the time the credits roll, I'm literally making a grocery list. I'm done. I'm ready to go. Move on with my day. So I was telling my friend Bo about this movie. I was essentially just giving him the story beats of the movie. And as we're talking about it, he says to me, you know, that actually sounds like a really good movie. That actually sounds kind of cool. You know, and as he said it, I start to think to myself, you know, that actually doesn't sound that bad of a movie. This doesn't sound bad at all. It actually sounds pretty interesting. Maybe I had it wrong. So you know what I decided to do? I decided to watch the movie again. Because there's a chance I could definitely be wrong about it. Or maybe I was in a bad mood when we started the movie. Even though I wasn't, it could be possible. So I start the movie up again. And it's about 30 minutes into the movie. I turn the movie off. It happened again. I should have known that it was going to be bad. But 30 minutes in, I was like, okay, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to put myself through this again. I'm not going to watch this movie. I just think it's just a bad movie. Now, if you love the movie Get Out, you'll probably like this movie. There's a good chance you'll like it. Or this movie just might move you differently than it moved me. That's a good chance too. That's cool. That's perfectly fine. We just won't be friends anymore. But you like your movies, I like mine, no harm about it. I just would have liked the movie to be a little better. But if I were to rate this movie, I'd probably give it a solid C. Now, C is still passing. Maybe eventually I'll watch it again in its entirety. I probably won't. But I will say, if you like the movie Get Out and you like suspenseful slave movies that offer you good transitions to modern day times and you're confused and you want to sit for an hour and 45 minutes and watch something, then you should definitely watch this movie. And I might just be a little bit too harsh on movies, but I typically enjoy pretty much everything that I see. Even if I see plot twists or story beats coming from a mile away, I sit and enjoy any movie that I watch. But today just wasn't that day. So that's it for today's movie convos with Chris, rolling solo today, and I might just be rolling solo for a while now. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel. I definitely plan on doing more movie reviews in the future, hopefully on a consistent basis at this point forward. Most of these videos are probably going to be for streaming movies. I'm not going to a theater anytime soon. Comment down below. Let me know what you thought about this video. Let me know what you thought about this movie. And we can have the discussion. I'll keep an open mind about it. We can talk. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm probably not. But that's it for Movie Convos. See you guys next time. Bye.